Hello, guys. We are here with Zach Kinstner, and he is the man with the plan. I have been waiting for this interview for a really, really long time. He's the developer of EXA Infinite Instrument. I do a lot of my streams with EXA, and so we're going to talk to him about his wonderful application that he created and find out who he is. So tell
Hey
us
everybody.
tell us about EXA. Like, how did you come up with this idea? Like, how did EXA start?
Early on, one of the first things that I started playing around with were the leap motion hands, and I made a virtual guitar.
Hmm.
So you'd have the strings out in front of you, and this was like Oculus DK2 early days. I think this was like late 2014. So I started working on that. I enjoyed it. Went off and did some consulting work for about a year and a half, and came back and started working on AXA.
Oh wow! So how long have you been working on? Like, how long has it taken you to develop it?
It's been
Was it?
about a year and a half to 2 years so far.
Wow, that's incredible. Like X, this dude is a genius. Like I was reading his LinkedIn profile, and you say that you're an expert. You're not an ex. You don't claim to be an expert in like the design and stuff like that, but you claim to be an expert in putting it all together, and I completely agree. Like he literally has mastered bringing instruments into virtual reality, like and I've been looking for applications like what he's developed, and like it's the first one that I found that has that full functionality to where you can, I mean, just different instruments like the it's incredible. So
Thanks.
what has been the hardest part about developing EXA that you found? Like
Uh,
what is the most difficult part, and do you have any advice for any up and coming developers?
uh, Lots of difficult parts. I mean, there's on the technical side, you've got things like just making sure that when you hit a ringer, it makes a sound at the right time, even if it's delayed by 30, 40 milliseconds.
Hmm.
You'll notice, and it's really hard to play a beat or keep a rhythm if there's any kind of delay. So that was one of the big technical hurdles to get across early on, was to avoid any kind of latency. Um,
Right.
but there's a ton of things that X does. I don't know which one would be the most difficult. But I maybe
There's probably things I don't know it does that it does. Um, so
I guess I would say, like at a big picture, is just trying to get the usability right, make things feel good, make the workflows fast and efficient, while still being fun to use and to play.
yes.
Trying to get that all balanced out has been a big challenge.
So we have a question here. It says Derek says, "Wish there was a foot pedal that'd work with it though." But so is there a foot
Me too.
pedal? Okay,
Not
so
yet, not yet. It's on the to-do list, the big, long, endless to-do list, uh, where yeah, we ideally we'll be able to use the Vive trackers for holding on to other tools.
that's
So
credible.
the way I design the tool system is that you don't need any buttons or triggers or anything to snap a tool on, right? You just
Yeah.
push it close to the tool, it snaps in place. So you could do that with a tracker. You could take the small tracker, kind of push it up against I don't know, the long drumstick tool,
Yeah.
and then put it on your foot, and now you've got a kick drum
Oh wow.
for your foot.
Wow. That's incredible. This dude is a genius, y'all. I swear. Like he is, and I tell him that all the time. Like I just message him out of the blue and say, "You're a freaking genius," because he is. Like it's incredible. So Derek says he's let's see. So he says he's played drums for 15 years. So he's pretty picky about drumming. So yeah. And so he have you had a chance to go in EXA and play, Derek? I answer that whenever you can. And
One of the cool things that drummers can try, well, anybody can try, is that the ringers are two-sided. So all of a sudden you have new ways to play the drums or the piano that you couldn't before.
yeah.
I like to do like swooping, like boom, boom. You can come up and down and play through them, from behind them. And I think you've experimented with things too, like you can stack a bunch of them together and play chords, things like that. You don't have to spread your fingers out. You just design the instrument to suit your playing style or suit the type of song that you want to play.
Yeah, and I also do that with the guitar. Like I line the strings up to where it's just like you're strumming a guitar. And that's pretty cool. It's a lot. Yeah, it is definitely a learning process. Like, so he says it's a lot to take in for sure, but it does, it does feel weird playing drums with no rebound. But yeah, there it is. Like EXA is a learning process. Like whenever I first started, I don't know if you guys remember, but I was actually really terrible. Like I was very, and I'm probably not really that good right now, but I'm better than I was when I first started. But it makes it really easy to go in there and learn it. And then what I do is like I look up chords, like different chords on the internet to see what they are, and then like I put them together in EXA and it works. I mean, it really does work. So and you're like a one-man band, like you're developing this thing and everything like a solo, right? Yeah,
designed and developed on my own.
See, it can be done, guys. It can be done. So if you're waiting for investments and stuff like that, you don't have to wait. Just go ahead and get in there and do it, because it can be done. So yeah, Derek, I think he was one of the ones that won some of the EXA keys that I gave away not too long ago.
Nice, awesome.
So what has the response been? Like you've had a pretty good response from the users and stuff like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure EXA should be one of the more popular apps out there because I mean, all the response that I get from it, people that see me play and stuff like that on my streams, they all want to know what it is I'm doing.
Yeah, the people who do play it, I get really great reviews on Steam. I get really great user feedback and ideas on the Steam discussion board. That's where we do a lot of the brainstorming and reporting issues or what you want to see next, your wish list. Lots of great posts like that. And I usually think, well, if I'm getting that level of feedback, that means that it's not just bugs. You know, it's not just problems being reported. It's this works. Now I'm thinking to the next thing, like what else do I want to do with this tool?
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Because I think EXA is definitely a game changer. Like, and it's number one on my list for sure. EXA, I think EXA is definitely a game changer that everybody needs to have in their mouth and talking about. That's what I think, because it's a wonderful application, and it proves like that virtual reality can be for something other than gaming too as well. So
yeah, the creative side of things is really what I like to focus on. Creative side here with music, but using it for art or using it for things like this, doing things that you couldn't do in real life. Sort of a superpower tool for you.
So I actually have one of your performances. You want to check it out?
Sure.
All right. So I pulled one of his performances up.
Okay. This is the EXA step one, I think.
Yeah, it's incredible. So how long did it take you to make this?
A couple days, off and on.
Oh, really? So are you a composer?
What I do is,
are you a composer too as well?
I guess not in any sort of professional sense.
You're just a genius. You're just a genius.
I made this. What I end up doing is every release cycle, I have to spend time testing to make sure that things work. So I make stuff like this so that we have something fun to look at when you're in the app. Plus, it gives me a chance to test it out and make sure that everything's working well.
Yeah, and I love how you set it up. Like if you want to go in there and with it already set up, and you're in there experimenting with like different like the round shapes and stuff like that too, like the circles. That's incredible. So
yeah, what she's talking about, you can make a ringer pattern where it's sort of a wheel shape. You might have eight ringers kind of in a circle. You can play in a circular motion. You can turn that into a drum beat or like an arpeggio, where you just go round and round and round and record that as a loop and let it play for you over and over.
Yeah, definitely. Is there any, are you planning on doing multiplayer in the future?
Would love to. Right now I am working on sort of a stepping stone towards that. I want to use the Steam workshop so that we can share our layouts and our new bundles, so you can create the new like collections of
Right.
items,
Hmm.
be able to take those and share them on Steam Workshop. If I did that, you could go in and find the crazy guitar bundle that I just made, and you could grab it and put it into your scene
Oh,
and
wow.
use it right away.
Oh,
So
cool.
that's sort of a stepping stone toward multiplayer. Live jamming, like real-time multiplayer, is still a ways away. There's all sorts of technical challenges you might imagine.
Right.
If there's any lag at all, like
Yeah.
if you're on Skype or on here, and if there's a half-second delay, it's not usually
Yeah.
a big deal. It doesn't work with music. Like, it's got to be right on. So I'm trying to
Right.
figure out if we can make that happen, and if not, maybe it's sort of a turn-based type thing. Like, I record a loop. You don't hear while I'm playing, but you hear once I give you the loop, and then we kind of collaborate kind of asynchronously
Right.
instead of playing all together.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm still waiting for to get Post Malone and Drake in there. We need you in
There
there
you go.
so you could create a #1 hit with this wonderful app. Because I mean, it's like a tool. Like I've been like thinking about it. Like you could go like on, you can actually go on stage and perform with a virtual reality using EXA.
I've done a live performance. Yeah.
Have you really? How was that?
Yeah.
How did that work out?
It went well. So it was sort of it was a convention in town. They asked me to come play. So I set up on stage, and for about an hour, we just kind of did improv, like
Oh,
bring in some
wow.
drums, bring
Yeah.
in some guitar, take things in, take things out, kind of layer loops, and just
Oh,
kind
wow.
of make a song. And for that one, I actually had the Zed Stereolab Z depth camera,
Right.
and I had it set up so that it's sort of an augmented reality look. You could see the actual stage, and you could see me in
Oh, wow.
like in mixed reality, but then you'd see the ringers like they're as if they're floating on the stage. So sort of an inside out style of mixed reality.
Oh my gosh, that sounds incredible. Do you have footage of that? Do you have any videos of that?
There's one on YouTube. It's not a very good quality one.
Okay. Yeah,
the
that sounds
high quality
incredible.
The high quality video didn't ever get recorded, or it started
Yeah.
to get recorded, got corrupted, sad. But there's a lower quality.
You're like next level. You know that, right? Like you're like next level. I love it. It's amazing. Like you guys, make sure you try out EXA Infinite Instrument. It's #1 on my list. It's the #1 virtual reality app on my list. #1. So you guys make sure you try that out. And so this is going to conclude this interview. If you were able to catch this, is there any last things you would like to say before we end the stream though?
No, thanks for watching, and try out the app and make some music. And I want to hear what you create.
Yeah, me too. Make sure you share what you create. Share what you create and let him know. He'll let me know, and then I'll share it out too as well. All right, bye guys. This is Laura the VR girl signing out.